everyone, it's Stephanie, and I am here with an update on the giveaway and the ring story I mentioned in my last video. I'm going to tell you a funny story, not ring related at the moment. It has felt a lot like I'm filming a remake of Groundhog Day around here. There's been so much repetitiveness and me trying to make the videos about the same subjects and just trying to make a better video. Because editing didn't go well, or I didn't want to do any editing, or there was like the one day I tried to do it when the dryer was on and I thought it was just going to be like a muted hum, and there was this like boom ba boom ba boom, but so anyways, and if I sound a little bit delirious, I kind of am, because I'm running on low sleep. And that's another part of the Groundhog Day. We have had landscapers at the townhouse complex for the last 3 to 4 weeks. It was supposed to be done in 3 weeks. Major landscaping project. The problem for us is our back gate backs up to the common area where they're doing the huge landscaping project, removing grass and putting in desert landscaping. The porta potty for them is outside of our back wall, and we're on an end, so they park their vehicles on the other side of what's our bedroom wall. So I haven't been getting much sleep, and the dogs have been pretty fussy about it, and so I'm at that point where I'm kind of just a little exhausted from, I can't take naps during the day because the dogs will bark. If the mail delivers, they'll bark, at the UPS truck, deliveries, all that kind of stuff. So, and I don't know about you, but my dogs are not big barkers, but when they bark, they bark. And that is, being woken up by that at 6:30 in the morning after going to bed at 1 has been, it's been tough. And I know, go to bed early, right? But the soonest I'd go to bed is 11. And I did that last night, and I promptly woke up at about 2 o'clock and couldn't get back to sleep till about 4. And then, of course, the dogs wanted to be up at 6. And so it just hasn't been good. And so then, it's contributing to continuing my upset tummy troubles. Anyways, so that's why it's been feeling like Groundhog Day, because I quite literally have been feeling like I've been recording the same thing, and I really have, for the last 10 days, I think. No, 7 days. I think, no, 6 days. Can I not remember now? Anyways, for the last week since my last video, but even before that video, I have been trying that. I tried to make that video several times, and then I just was like, just do it. And this is the same with this one, except that I keep getting new stuff in. I kept getting new stuff in, and then I was ordering, and I was like, okay, I'll wait till I get this, but I kept trying to make this video anyway. See, I needs sleep. So, although I will say this morning I did catch up on a lot of correspondence and a lot of business, just getting stuff out of the way. So maybe my head could be a little bit clearer. Good luck. But anyways, so I am wearing the rings. I'm going to tell a story about the ring, and then on this video, to keep it short, I'm just going to do an update on the giveaway because we're so close. But anyway, so the ring story, the funny ring story. This is my wedding, the rings I wore as my wedding set for many years. And I had them the day I got married, but I bought them for myself, and it's hit or miss with me. Earlier when I was doing this, there we go. This is my ring set, and they didn't come together. They came as, 2 different rings, and they were roughly about $400, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, just somewhere around there. Definitely not over $500. And at that Michael and I have been together 5 years. We were both working full time, and had quit school before then for various reasons. So that's why he didn't have health insurance. And his job, he was working full time and had overtime. So he was actually making a little bit more money than me at most weeks, and because of the overtime. But his job, he was a car wash, so didn't offer benefits. And my job, I was working in retail at a department store, and I was in the management training program by then, and I had health benefits, and so I also had access to seeing all of these cool jewelry. So when we got married, because if I briefly mentioned the reason how we got together in my Project Life introduction story, but I'm gonna tell you, Michael didn't ask me out. He'd never planned to ask me out. He did say he had noticed me, but he was never going to ask me out. So he got lucky I asked him out. And so same with their wedding, or I don't know. Other stories may come out that will make you think he might not think he's so lucky. But anyways, the same with our marriage. It was more of we've been living together 5 years. He needed health insurance, and I said, okay, let's get married in a month on my next 3-day weekend. So that was January 1996, and so we got married February 5th, 1996. And he said, oh, okay, because we had never really planned to get married. The only time we thought we would need to be married would be once we went forward with adoption. And we discussed adoption almost from the minute we started dating, because, and this is a whole other story, and this is why all of these videos get so complicated, but I am not able to, it's dangerous for me to carry a child. I have been pregnant before I met Michael and had a miscarriage at almost 3 months, and that was difficult. It didn't matter that I was very relieved to be alive after the experience and to not be a teenage mom, because I didn't have support for that at the time. It stayed with me, but after that experience was when I found out about my back condition. And it's not the scoliosis in general that makes it difficult for me to have children. It is, it's not the general curve, it's this small corkscrew curve that I have at the bottom of my spine that got exacerbated by a car accident. So combining those two things, being told and having had an experience that nearly killed me, during a pregnancy, I just said, okay, I'm going to adopt one day. I'm just not gonna, if mobility is gonna be an issue, I felt that I needed to make a choice. And so I was fine with adopting one day. And when I met Michael and we started dating, seriously, and we discussed it, he was fine with not having biological children, and he said adoption was definitely an option for him, but a ways down the road. So at that time of our marriage, we were not even thinking that that was going to then lead to adoption quickly. But we did know that we would eventually get married to help facilitate adoption, if that makes sense. But anyway, so that's the adoption thing. That's part of my daily struggle, and I'm gonna reserve that for a different video or just general talk, because I've actually written about it on my Pink Chair Studio blog at the beginning of 2014, as I recapped 2013. I did talk about the adoption situation and what Michael and I had been through with it for the last 7 years, or almost 7 years now, and the struggle. But so anyway, so the funny story about the ring, let's just focus on the ring and the wedding, is that because of how quickly we decided to get married, and I found a dress for $32 that was, it kind of looked like a wedding dress, just a, cute dress. And so I asked him if we would exchange rings. I knew he didn't like to wear jewelry, but he refused to wear a wedding ring, and I was fine with that. There was no problem. He had bought me jewelry. I had 2 other rings from him, and a necklace and bracelets and things. But I didn't change my name, so I felt that him not wearing a ring and me not changing my name, we're even. But I liked jewelry, so I asked him if he'd buy me this set of rings, and he said no. No, I don't like them. I don't want to spend the money on them. So that's the funny story, because as you know, he's very generous on my videos. So so he said no, and I bought them for myself. It's just they're just the rings I wanted, and for many years I wore them. I think they're pretty. Relative to other wedding sets, I'm sure they're very inexpensive, but they were, for us, we were not starving students still, but, we didn't have a ton of money, but I wanted them, so I got them. And, generally, if you follow me on Instagram or know me in person, that's pretty much what happens. Oh, so the irony of the timing of our wedding is that 3 to 4 days before that Monday we got married, Michael got a call about a potential job and went and interviewed, got the job. The first day his first day on the job was the Monday we got married, and our appointment for the marriage is at 5:30 p.m. and he didn't get off till 5, so he almost missed the ceremony. And then we did end up having it. We got married at the courthouse, and we had two of my coworkers and friends. They were very good friends of ours, were our witnesses, and then we went out to dinner afterwards. But the irony of the situation is that particular job he got, he started out at a certain position and had gone up in the company later, and got better positions. But the irony is that company offered him better health insurance than what he would get with marrying me and getting my health insurance. So that's the irony of their timing. And then it was funny because I quit that department store for very different, for personal reasons. There was some difficulty towards the Christmas season, and I was really happy with where Michael was working, and so I actually quit the department store, and then sent a letter to the company that Michael worked with, because I liked his bosses, and it was like a family, owned business, and it was just nice. And they actually did hire me to do the work that I knew Michael wasn't concentrating on, because he was doing other work for them. So one of the owners had to take over that, so she needed somebody to help. So I kind of knew that from Michael working there. So I presented myself as a potential employee, and they hired me. And so Michael and I worked together at that company for about 18 months, and we were together 24/7. It's probably the happiest months of our relationship. And oops, sorry, that's my phone. And then circumstances changed within the company. It got sold, employees changed, the whole atmosphere changed, and so I quit that job to move on to do other things. And then Michael, eventually they laid him off. Anyway, so these were the rings I had originally from Michael, and they're very pretty rings. There's nothing wrong with these rings. Sorry about my voice. And either would have served just fine as a wedding band, and so, I should have just worn one of these. Very pretty. And then this is the ring he actually bought after we got married. And so it's pretty much the ring I should wear as my wedding ring. It's the one ring that symbolizes. He does. So I think we can tell what his ring style is, right? Because he liked the sort of the cross swirl, and so they all have the kind of let's see if I can get this to focus. I think we can tell he likes this kind of cross angle style. So, and I can wear all three at the same time. Just kidding. So that's that. So this is a set that I found through Avon, and so for $40 total, and I love this. It's just sterling silver and cubic zirconia. But I actually don't wear this one either when I work on jewelry, because this one is much harder to replace unless my husband wants to buy me. And I've asked him also if he wants to buy me a real version of this ring, and he said no. But I don't care. I'm fine with this one. But I don't wear it when I wear it out a lot, but I don't wear it when I do jewelry work, because I don't want to break it, because that's harder to replace than the emerald one. But this ring is mostly the one I wear on my ring finger now. And this one was handmade by a friend of mine, Jules by Jules. I bought this from her. And isn't that awesome? Oh my goodness. It's like my favorite. My favorite. So I'll put a link to her website. But she's doing mostly classes and tutorials, and she has a couple books, wire wrapping books out. So I'll put a link for that website. But isn't that awesome? So anyways, I'm more likely to be seen out wearing this than any other ring. So we have an update on the giveaway. I am at, when I checked this morning, I'm at 92 subbies. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so here's pretty much where it's at right now. There's the 2 Halloween stamps in there, and then lots of different things. Packs of cards, some Project Life cards from the Vintage Travel Edition, some Brad's mask, some Project Life cards from Studio Calico, some stickers, some other stamps, and some washi. So I will, I'll do the video outlining everything that's in there. Some ribbon, but I'm expecting some other orders, and one is a D-stash. No, I'm expecting 3 boxes of D-stash from somebody. Don't even ask. Oh my goodness, Michael's not happy with me. So it's just too good of a deal to pass up. And but a lot of this stuff may be stuff that I have. So I am going to... I haven't learned any lessons, have I? But anyways, so if if you're interested in those D-stashes, if I haven't bought all the boxes, just kidding. There's a few left over at Crafting Kate's blog, but and I'll put a link to that, and then you'll be able to tell which ones I bought. But anyways, so so that's the update. That's the ring story. Thank you so much for putting up with me on this video. The next videos will just be hauls. Just little hauls to show off, and a project or two, something crafty finally again. So thanks again, and happy creating.